Here.
Mr. Metallic?
Here.
Mr. Price? Mr. Shalinski? Mr. Secco?
Here.
Mr. Taz?
Here.
Mrs. Welch?
Here.
Mrs. Smashko?
Here.
Thank you.
Student reports and achievements. Miss Allison Brady.
Hello. So Teacher Appreciation Week is coming up, and the Student Council is all writing thank you cards for each of the teachers. And we also decided on having the hot buns truck come in on Tuesday, May 6th, for each of the teachers to get coffee and a cinnamon roll. And then the end of the year activity for Student Council is going to be on the Gateway Clipper. We're going to have an hour boat ride. That's on May 21st. To cover the cost of that, Student Council is having a bake sale. And then the Student Council scholarships have been giving the teachers to score whoever wins. And that's about it.
Awesome.
I have a question. Did you say May sixth
May
was hot buns?
Yes, May 6th.
And just make sure they know it's also career day, so there's gonna
Career
be a
day.
lot more people.
Okay, I'll let Mrs. Cox know. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Section 3, routine business. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the business meeting dated March 10th, 2025 as presented?
Second.
Mr. Price, second Mrs. Sucko. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the special meeting for personnel purposes dated March 22nd, 2025? Mr. Price, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Lonick, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Any questions tonight on the agenda? Nope. May I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented, including section 7.2, number 1, as discussed in executive session? Mr. Price, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mrs. Secco, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Public comment, Mr. McCullough.
Ladies and gentlemen of the board, my name is Brian McGregor. I live in Burgettstown Borough. I'm sure most of you probably heard, last weekend there was an issue with the school dance with my son who's homeschooled. I just want to start by saying the last part of the district mission states that the development of successful citizens is a shared responsibility of students, staff, home, and community values. As a member of the district with kids attending in person and one homeschool, I have to disagree. This past weekend, one of my kids was denied access to a dance. I was given multiple answers, but none of them were the same. At first, I was told from the assistant principal that it was a private dance. Then when I spoke to the superintendent, he said it was not private, but it's not public, and it's also not extracurricular. But it was also sponsored by an extracurricular activity. He was able to participate in these activities, but yet is denied access to a fundraiser that they're holding. And then another parent had reached out to Ms. Snatchko, asking about this. And we also found out that he will be excluded from the homecoming dance. He can be on the football team, but not attend a dance afterwards. Now, I realize some dances are open to members from other schools. Last fall, my daughter went to homecoming. Her boyfriend goes to Avella. Her boyfriend went to Ken McMillan. They both filled out the paper, but when they showed up at the dance, nobody even verified who they were. They said they walked right through the door, nobody asked for a student ID. So we allow students from other schools who may or may not be who's supposed to be there into a dance, but a homeschool child in the district is denied access. So I really don't see how this policy follows the mission statement of the school. Another bullet point from the mission statement promotes participation in academic, extracurricular, and community activities. But if we're gonna exclude kids from the district just because they're homeschooled, you're not actually promoting the participation in the community activities. I mean, he plays baseball, he's played football, he's played basketball. We've helped fundraise for all the organizations, but since he was bullied and we had to remove him from the school and start the homeschooling process, he is now denied his abilities to be able to come up for a dance. So I'm not exactly sure what a dance is classified either as, because I was told not extracurricular, but it kind of falls under that category, but it's not private and it's not public. And the school policy doesn't state what it is either. So, and I mean, there's federal and state laws to protect homeschool students, but I'm not a lawyer and I'm not gonna try to pretend like I completely understand those. But from what I was told, all in a 30-minute window, my youngest son purchased 2 tickets, one for him and one for his brother. In that 30 minutes, the assistant principal found out, who contacted the superintendent, who said he consulted with legal to make sure it was 100% perfectly legal to revoke that ticket, all within 30 minutes. I've dealt with lawyers before. I've never had a lawyer get back to me in 30 minutes with a clear answer on anything. I mean, that's just not, I'm not saying it can't happen, but that's not very typical, especially on a situation that's probably not very common. So, to me, it seems like it's a shame that the way the system is set up, it's so quick to exclude kids, but not to try to include them. I mean, he's tried for years, he wants to come back to school, but now he is just absolutely miserable and heartbroken because all of his friends were going to the dance. He said he was coming to the dance, and then he finds out he can't go. Which, like I said, he can participate in these activities. Why can't he participate in a fundraiser to help support them? I mean, really, the cheerleaders lost out on an extra $25, $30 on a fundraiser because he was told he was not allowed to attend. So, I would just ask if maybe this policy could be updated to meet the district mission statement and actually include all the kids in the district, not just the ones that attend in person. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, section 4, reports and presentations. 4.1, correspondence. Mr. Fischar.
There's one document on board docs regarding repository sales, just for your information.
All right, thank you. 4.2, administration. Ms. O'Donnell.
I'm working on the proposed final budget right now. I'll have that for you at the May meeting. We'll have to pass that by the end of May, then I'll have the final budget in June, or we had to change that board meeting because it has to stand for 30 days. So June will be the June 16th meeting, we'll pass the final budget. I did get health insurance rates, which were much better than we thought. Medical came in at 5.7% increase and 3% for dental and vision, so that's better than the 14 and 9% it's been the past few years. Just no plan changes. They're gonna try to do it's a wellness program to try to let us get credit towards the deductible for the following year, so those are things that are gonna roll off this July 1. That's all.
Can I go back one? I'm sorry. Well, I didn't see anything for repository at the previous board meeting. Don't we typically approve that before it goes to repository?
You don't need to approve it.
Okay.
We just get a.
We have the last couple of years though, we've approved.
You can, the way it
that was
works
going
is some boards approve it, some boards, if you don't, the way the statute works, if the board doesn't approve it, it's
Just
automatically
continues
approved.
over. Okay.
Really, the only time it becomes an issue is if someone sees a property on there and they're like, well, wait a second, that shouldn't be sold at $200. And then that gives us the opportunity as a school district to oppose that being sold at repository.
I just remember the last 2 years, we had approved it before it went to repository, and I didn't see it this year, I was just curious.
The end result is the same.
Same thing, okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. O'Donnell. Mr. Bergeron.
The solicitor report was attached to the board packet.
Great, thank you. Mr. Pushkar.
We did have an executive session prior to the meeting for personnel. Just a couple of notes. We're quickly winding down the school year to some degree. We're heading into PSSA and Keystone testing season, so it's just one of those things that we have to bear. But the teachers are working hard, the students are working hard, and hopefully that'll go well. We did receive notification from Star Lake, as I told you all, that commencement will be on June 5th at the amphitheater, so that's good. The Champs Picnic, we received confirmation that will be on June 2nd. So things are rolling right along that way. And then just as a special shout out, I want to give a public shout out to Miss Ellick and the cast and crew of the musical last weekend. If you had a chance to come, it was definitely a colorful show. There's no doubt about it. And enjoyable, it wasn't overly long, which is always nice, but I think everybody did a good job, and just thank you for doing that. One of the things that, sometimes you'll read the districts will, one of the places they'll look to cut is the arts, and Burgettstown doesn't do that. We support it and try to expand it, and always have, and hopefully always will be able to do that, and that's a primary goal. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you. May I have a motion to approve all administrative reports as presented?
So moved.
Mr. Lonick with the second by Mr. Price. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Section 5, Budget and Finance, Mr. Taz.
5.1, payment of bills. I'd like to make a motion to ratify list of bills for April 25 as presented.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Lonick. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
5.2, financial statement. I'd like to make a motion to accept financial statement as presented and place on file for all.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Metallic. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
5.3, audit report. I'd like to make a motion to accept the annual financial report as submitted by Cipher and Cipher and the company management letter comments year ended June 30, 2024.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Lonick. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
5.4, repository sales. I'd like to make a motion to ratify the exposure for sale by public auction of those properties on the attached list located within the Burgettstown Area School District by the Washington County Tax Claim Bureau. Repository sale scheduled for March 19, 2025.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mrs. Walsh. Any questions?
Question. So, I know typically like when we approve things that happened in the past, but what happens with a property when it's already gone to tax sale and then you deny it? Are you still able to get that property back?
There's a 30-day appeal period.
Okay, so you could.
I've never seen a district.
Okay,
do that,
I was
but-
curious, like, I know like typically with all the stuff that we approve, there's never an issue, I was just curious how that
I
worked
know
with
the
parcel.
property owners have a 30-day appeal period.
Okay.
I don't know if that would apply to us or not.
Alright, thank you.
But interesting to find out.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
5.5, settlement agreement and general release. I'd like to make a motion to approve the attached settlement agreement and general release to resolve a dispute regarding use of compensatory education fund in a special education matter.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Lonick. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
5.6, for sale, I'd like to make a motion to approve the sale of listed buses, excuse me, to the highest responsible bidder, 3 international buses, 2009, 2011, 2013.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Metallic. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
5.7, WACTC budget. I'd like to make a motion to approve the revised 25-26 preliminary budget for WACTC totaling $6,251,751, with Burgettstown share at $328,807.50, representing a decrease in cost of $25,590.85 from last year's contribution.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mrs. Sucko. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Section 6, Education, Mrs. Lemon.
Good evening. Under 6.1, Health and Safety Report, I have nothing to report at this time. 6.2, the enrollment report can be found online. 6.3, the guidance newsletters, links to those can be found online as well. And I would just like to remind the seniors to please check Mrs. Riley's emails regarding scholarship opportunities. 6.4, scholarships. Please click on the link below there for scholarship information. Again, it's the same reminder there. 6.5, professional development. I'd like to make a motion to approve the list of professional development as presented with costs to be paid by Title II. That's letters A and B.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
6.6, the agreements. I would like to make a motion to ratify the superintendent's approval of the attached agreement between the district and Behavioral and Educational Expert Services LLC to provide a functional behavior assessment and related services for a district special education student.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Number 2, I'd like to make a motion, please, to approve the Walsworth yearbook purchase agreement for the middle school.
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Number 3, I'd like to make a motion, please, to approve the Walsworth yearbook purchase agreement for the high school.
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
6.7, school calendar. Number 1, I'd like to make a motion to adjust the 24-25 school calendar to reflect the following change due to mixed snow and ice weather conditions. Thursday, April 17th, 2025 as a day of school to replace Monday, February 17th, 2025.
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Number 2, I'd like to make a motion to amend the 25-26 school calendar as presented to denote August 21st, 2025 as an in-service day.
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Section 7, personnel, Mr. Price.
7.1 is the employment disclaimer. Section 7.2 deals with resignations. Item number 1 is a motion to recognize with regret receipt of the resignation of one and the leave of the other for the following personnel. Troy Elish, bus driver, unpaid leave of absence, pending review by the superintendent of schools. And Jacqueline Elish, junior high cheerleading coach. That's a motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 2 is a motion to recognize with regret the receipt of the retirement resignation submitted by the following personnel. Susan Pusateri, a teacher, date of April 1st, 2025 of notice, and it will be effective at the end of the current school year. That's a motion.
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 3 is a motion to recognize with regret receipt of the intent to retire submitted by the following personnel. Katie Kraus, teacher, date of notice April 1st, 2025, effective date of the retirement October 1st, 2025. That's a motion.
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
7.3 deals with employment. Upon approval, motion to approve Aaron Timko to the position of teacher. Step 1, bachelor's degree, prorated salary with a start date contingent upon completion of eligibility and application for PDE certification, as well as conditioned upon completion of all orientation and induction activities pending receipt of all paperwork. That's a motion.
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
7.4 deals with additional compensation. A motion to approve the listed additional compensation items, extended school year ESY program, June 16th and 19th, June 23, 26th, July 7th to the 10th, July 14th to the 17th, 25. Megan Carter, Melissa Stinger, and Amanda Preston. That's a motion.
May I have a second? Second? Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
7.5 deals with leaves of absence. A motion to approve Tanya Inman, general cafeteria worker, for the following unpaid days: March 25th, April 28th, through the remainder of the 2024 school year. That's a motion.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
7.6 deals with substitutes. There was something on the agenda, but that's been handled.
That's everything.
That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Price.
Sure.
Section 8, athletics and related activities.
8.1, the athletic director's report's available online. 8.2, coach assignments. I'd like to make a motion to approve the following to another one-year term as presented. Brian Montoni as boys basketball head coach. That's the motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Lonick, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries.
8.3, athletic advertisement. I'd like a motion, make a motion to approve the sponsored signage to be displayed on the fencing of the baseball complex for the 24-25 BAY-BSA youth baseball season.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions?
How big are the signs going to be?
For the ones that are on the fences.
And they'll take them down to the,
Yeah.
okay.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Transportation, Mr. Lonick.
Good evening, everyone. Transportation reports are online and available. 9.2, make a motion to ratify school transportation agreements as presented with the parent guardian permission. March 11th, 2025 for the annual student forum banquet. Is A. B's Maria Schaefer, Burke Middle High School Assistant Principal, to transport students to Penn West, California and California, PA on March 18th for the Disability Awareness Summit. C. Elizabeth Bowley, teacher, and Amy Lemon volunteer to transport students to Duquesne University School of Education in Pittsburgh for a tour. Ben Froats, teacher, transport students to Penn West, California, PA on March 27th for Team Safe Driving Leadership Conference. And number 2, motion to approve school transportation agreements as presented with parent guardian permission. A. Mary Barcalos, teacher, to transport students to Chartiers Houston High School. May 6th for the middle school literature festival. And B. Dana Fertini, teacher, to transport students to Carnegie Mellon Museum excuse me, of Natural History in Pittsburgh on May 15th for life skills.
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Section 10, buildings and grounds, Mr.
10.1,
Taz.
building and grounds report is listed. We did not have a meeting this past month. 10.2, facility rentals. I'd like to make a motion to waive the fee for the use of Hill Memorial Stadium track and field for Bethel Christian School for the use of the track and field for private school track meet on May 6, 25 with an alternate rain date of May 8, 25.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Lonick, any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
10.3, plaques. I'd like to make a motion to approve the placement of a memorial plaque in the Daffodil Garden at the baseball complex in memory of Karen Mahalski, as Garden was originally planted in 2017 in Karen's memory. There's no cost to the district.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mrs. Lemon, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Section 11, Western Area Career and Technology Center, Mrs. Secco.
The Western Area Career and Technical Center school calendar is attached, but I also printed out for the board members to have. Also, I passed out the JOC report from this past meeting. That's also been posted online.
Thank you. Section 12, food service, Mrs. Walsh.
Food service report is available online.
Thank you. Section 13, student discipline, Mrs. Secco.
Nothing to report at this time.
Section 14, policy, nothing to report. 15, old business, new business. Anything?
Just to say, it's nice to see the cybers up to 31.
Already helps.
Yeah, highest ever been since the beginning of the year. Started off at 12, so nice to see the increase. Yeah.
Can I request just like 10 minutes afterwards, just to clarify a couple questions that I have from the executive? To have an executive following the meeting?
For what?
Just like 10 minutes. I just had a couple questions that during the meeting, I just had a couple questions I'd like to discuss in executive, just like 10 minutes afterwards. To extend the
What's the
executive.
purpose?
so long as it qualifies.
Is it
as
personnel, is
executive.
it
It's
legal,
personnel.
is it,
It's
okay.
personnel, I'm sorry.
Alright. Legislative, Mr. Matali.
Nothing to report. Oh, I'd like to make a motion to adopt a resolution in support of denouncing the misuse of taxpayer funds in Pennsylvania cyber charter school funding and urging legislative reform.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Taz, any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Mr. Price, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, everybody? Yes.